Welcome back to House of 1000 Haunts. I am Stevie Stone.
I'm Dwayne Stone.
On today's episode, we are headed to Powell, Tennessee for a haunt we've been to before if you follow us on our YouTube channel. This place is called FrightWorks.
That's right, FrightWorks. FrightWorks is amazing. It is, I always say it's in Knoxville because it's one of the closest ones to Knoxville.
Yeah, it's pretty much Knoxville.
It is a
small town of Powell.
Yep, it's a great haunt, and it's right next to a Bojangles. So you know what?
Literally right next to a Bojangles.
Go get you some food, and then go get you some scares. It's perfect.
If you put FrightWorks in a GPS, it will take you right to it, but you will begin to see billboards for Bojangles, and you could just follow those billboards. It would take you right to FrightWorks as well, and then you can get some chicken. The first time we were at this haunt was last year in 2024. We went to the St. Patty's Day event, but this time we actually got to go to their Christmas event in December of this last year. That was really cool. And guys, that's what we're going to be chit-chatting about today, about FrightWorks. Before we get into it today, first let's tell you what we're drinking and what we're wearing, because we've got our FrightWorks shirts on.
Yeah.
Dwayne has his Krampus one from this year, and I actually have their brand new shirt, the Factory of Fear, because they did switch up the haunt a little bit. And what we're drinking is we actually stopped by QT, Quick Trip, got me a big old coffee because we are actually headed to another haunt as well. You guys will be hearing about that one soon. I got me a coffee, and Dwayne what'd you get?
Mango sweet tea.
Hey bulls and ghouls, Future Stevie here from the editing booth. Wanted to give you guys a quick reminder, be sure to check out the brand new walkthrough of FrightWorks we just did of their love tour from their Valentine's Day's Fate event this past weekend. The video will be linked in the show notes below. Now back to the show.
They are now calling themselves the Factory of Fear, which is so cool. And basically what's going on is the whole factory has been overtaken with something called frightonium.
Frightonium is this mineral gem type stuff that they have dug up out of the earth, and they are starting to use it for stuff. And they were saying that
All kinds of stuff.
And they were saying at the beginning of it that what it does is whatever you add it to, it's kind of a scarier version of that thing. So they've been using it on some Christmas decorations, and they've been coming to life a little bit scarier than, they should be. So I was really excited for this whenever they explained it to us at the very beginning, right before we walked in. It's definitely a ride.
FrightWorks is very known for telling stories. They did tell us they tried to pull the story back just a little bit to keep the entertainment and keep it flowing, but it's really cool that they really tell a story throughout the whole haunt, and they make it very known. And the actors are really into it as well. And I love how they kept a few of the things we've seen in the past, but they've tweaked a lot of stuff for the haunt season and for this horror days haunt. But let's get into it. FrightWorks. They always had a photo booth area on the outside where they take your picture, they give you a card, and then you can have that photo printed at the end of the whole walkthrough in the gift shop. But they moved it. It was after an alarm sounds. Number one, an alarm sounds. The doors open. You're allowed inside. And that's where you take the picture, which I thought was cool. They switched that up from before. Again, I'll have the video when we went to it on the St. Patrick's Day in March of 2024. I'll have that video as well in the show notes so you can see the difference, because it changed so much.
FrightWorks is inside of a building, just one building.
Yeah, I don't think I said that. Yeah, it is just one big building, which is cool. We usually end up going to a lot of farm haunts.
Right, and it's kind of different for this area that we're used to. So they take that area that they have and they utilize it very well.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did change some stuff up since the last time we were there was very cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
They had the whole new Frightonium theme going on. He said, we talked to the owner, and he actually said that this year that was their new theme, was Frightonium, the Factory of Fear, like our shirt. So I really dug it. I thought that storyline was great. I love having a story like that.
Yeah.
It makes it's not a small haunt, but it makes smaller haunts. When I say
Feel
smaller,
bigger.
I mean like 45-minute haunts are like big haunts. 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, there are haunts out there that it will take
And-
you 45 minutes to an hour to walk through.
And
And this one doesn't take that long. It's
Probably
like,
about 20
20 minutes
to 30.
to 30,
and you know,
depending on if you're running or not.
and I'll tell you right now, they utilize their space so well, and like I said, the
There's
fact that
no
it tells the
dead
story
areas.
so good. In fact, I'll even say this: while I was recording, while she just said there's no dead areas, I could not find a spot to cut my camera off and break it up, so we didn't
That
have
is very
one long
true.
video because there was so many people
It was just going and going and going. It was
and
cool.
it was good. It was
Yeah.
very good.
After we took our photo, they give you a card to print that photo in the gift shop afterwards. I keep wanting to say gift booth, in the gift booth. I mean, I guess it's kind of a booth, right?
It's kind of a booth, yeah.
Whatever. After that, you get introduced to a whole row of Frightonium, and they reiterate the fact that there's some Frightonium down here, and we are messing with it. She says they're using it for all different kinds of experiments, like Dwayne was saying. We do encounter at one point, I'll give you a little surprise tidbit here. There's a tree that comes to life, and I realized there was a head in it. That was wicked. But yeah, so we get introduced to more Frightonium, and then we get decontaminated before heading to the elevator.
We actually walk into a room and a guy comes out of a portal and is like, "Hey, don't go! You don't need to go through the
Yeah, there was
portal."
a portal. I think we went through a portal before.
Right.
And the elevator is something that is new to them, but not brand new. They used to have it before, but it's brand new to us. They revised it, and it is so much different than any other elevator we've been in. We've been in a lot of elevators. A lot of haunts have, quote unquote, if you're watching this on YouTube, you see me doing the quotations elevator. Theirs was actually on a track. So you didn't just open a door. A lot of them, I noticed, like the front door will open, you'll go in, and then behind you is the other door and you'll walk out, which is cool. That's a good tactic. This one did not. It still opened the same door and you're in a different space because it moved you on a track. There was one point the elevator tilted backwards.
It shook pretty good.
It was gnarly.
It was pretty legit. Like, we've been in a lot of elevator situations like that
Mhm.
where it just shakes or vibrates or something. This one actually felt like you were going down a shaft and stuff. They did a very good job at it. I was very impressed with that elevator. And like she said, the fact that you close the door looking at one thing and then when you open it back up, it's something totally different.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's so neat.
Good immersion.
And the guy who was in the elevator with us,
He was a good actor.
what do you call that? People who work in an elevator hop.
Yeah, like a
guy.
pop or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, he was hilarious. He kept making fun of me because I was scared.
Yeah, it was great. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong." I was like, "See, it's okay, it's okay, it's nothing
Yeah,
wrong."
but then we land and he's like, "Oh, this is a space you're not supposed to be in, but oh well, go in anyway."
He's like, "You paid for the tour, so go ahead."
So he shoved us in. And guys, again, if you're familiar with our YouTube channel, I usually am the one holding the camera, which we've decided to switch it up because I be shaking a lot. We want to get the clearest video for you guys.
I'm gonna hold the camera sometimes.
Yeah, so Dwayne has been holding the camera, and y'all, it right away scared the crap out of me. So it's like reinvigorated love of the fear in a side of a haunted house so that I'm not becoming numb to it. You think it's more scary. And how about you, Dwayne? Are you scared having the camera and
Yes.
not being able to see?
Yes,
As well?
being in the front and trying to pay attention to the camera.
Yeah.
People have jump scared me pretty good in the last few times.
Because you're trying to like make sure the camera's all right and getting an okay shot, but you're still having fun.
It's awesome. I actually really enjoy it, and apparently Stevie says I'm really good at it. Like she's
Yeah, you're doing
good
great.
job.
He's taller than me, so he actually gets more, like he can see both of us because
Right.
this is all about our reactions. We're wanting to show you the haunt too, but we don't want to give it all away because we would like you, if you can, to come visit it yourself and then have a whole other experience. So much fun. Because that's what we enjoy. So we love it. But yeah, I specifically say I was very scared being in the back here because there was a dude with like some kind of musical instrument, a trombone or something, and he was chasing me down.
It was this thing that was on. It looked like a cage, and he had a violin string thing, like a bow. That's what's called a bow.
It was like
And
dark, but not.
And he was playing it, And I've seen that instrument before. I don't know what it's called, but it was so cool. That was
Creepy.
yes, that was one of my favorite scenes, actually, was that, because I love people using instruments you don't see a lot that are very creepy and used for stuff like that. Very cool.
Then we enter into a like kitchen area with a mountain of chairs, which I love because I always want to sing the Timmy song. If you are familiar with Whitest Kids You Know, I'm gonna live on a mountain of chairs. I'm gonna live on a mountain of chairs. Okay, I won't bore you if you don't know that song. But if you do, Mom and Dad are gone and nobody cares, so I'm gonna live on a mountain of chairs. Okay. She was burning cookies in there, but then she gave us some glow sticks. And I was like, why is she giving one glow stick? A light our way. Now, before this, theirs was lights everywhere because they did it up for the holiday season. And guys, can I say, if you are a fan of haunts at all, take some time and go to at least one during Christmas or the holiday season, however long it spans. There may be some that open through January, and they'll do a similar getup or a similar setup, and they put lights throughout the haunt, and you can see more stuff, and it's really cool. It's not like a full-blown lights on tour, which some haunts do, but it's like just enough where you see a little more, and it makes it a little eerier, honestly.
There's something about going through a haunt that you've been through before whenever you haven't seen all the lights up, and it's dingy and gross and scary with a bunch of cheerful Christmas lights hanging everywhere.
Yeah.
There's something about it that just is like, it's nothing. It's like nothing else. It's so...
That's why I say, like, take the time and go to a haunt during the holiday season. You'll enjoy it.
It's such a unique feeling, a unique experience.
Yeah.
And I love it.
After that, it started to get a little bit darker. And the next thing I remember, we encountered this room with a beautiful Christmas. It was dark in the room, but there was a Christmas tree in the corner. And then from either side of us came werewolves from the walls.
That was neat. I do believe they were both animatronics, but they were good animatronics.
Which we have seen those animatronics of the werewolves at like Trans World and a lot of other haunts throughout the year.
They had them. I want to say they had them when we went through the first time. We go through so many haunts that sometimes you forget certain rooms.
I don't hate forgetting it. That's part of why we document. That's why we document this.
I love walking through.
We enjoy watching our stuff back.
I forgot about that. It scared the crap out of me last time, and it got me good this time.
Yeah. Once we ran away from the werewolves, we encountered a lady that was trying to use the restroom.
She was sitting on the toilet, you guys, and she was like, I just need 5 minutes. I just need 5 minutes.
She did have a bottle of wine. It looked like she was a little intoxicated.
Yeah. I guess.
It is a holiday season.
I guess maybe she wasn't trying to use the bathroom. She was trying to get away from her family.
So she was hiding in the bathroom with a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Either way.
But
either way it worked, right?
Funny.
But she's like, I just need 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was good.
And we were like, girl, got you. And we left. We left her alone.
FrightWorks has a good sense of humor, and I love that. Any haunt that has humor in it, with horror, you've won me over. You've won me over.
We left the lady alone, let her have 5 minutes, because she needed 5 minutes. Okay, Queen, give her few minutes. And then we encounter a room full of, like, these light balls that were hanging, and Dwayne and I both knew that those were souls.
It was really cool. If you guys want to see that room, check out our video on that, because I got a pretty good shot. I got a really good shot of that room, and man,
so pretty.
It was beautiful in there. That is one of my favorite scenes in FrightWorks. When we went through the first time, that was one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
So that alone made it just like beautiful. It was so good.
Yeah, the beautiful enchantress in there just like almost like woos you and tries to like put you under her spell, and was like, we have a couple more empty balls here not lit up, and wanted our souls, and then was like, get out, and pretty much said though that Dwayne was a husk. So I think they got his soul. Yeah.
It was cool, man.
He's empty now.
Love that room.
From there, one of the areas that Dwayne said was his favorite was this like hallway of gel cells.
That was so cool to me, just because
they were able to grab the doors and like not open them all the way, but look like they almost open, and just like shaking them. If you're watching me on the video right now, I'm moving my arms back and forth.
They were doing very good, and it was very intimidating because it was like coming at you nonstop.
It made it feel like they were going to grab you.
It made you feel. I know there was only a couple.
Which this is not a touch haunt, so.
There was only a couple people in there, but it made it feel like there was a room full of people.
Yeah, because they were bouncing to each one.
They were doing,
but they made it feel like there was like 8 people in there.
It was cool. I really liked it.
How many of y'all were actually in there?
And then you come around the corner and you go through this one of those inflatable things.
Yeah, that squishes you and you have to walk
your
through
legs. And that's the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Yes, because you were pinned by your legs, and then those people who were attacking us in the jail cells were able to attack us from the side.
It was pretty
And
cool.
we were stuck in that. That was so crazy.
It was cool. I really liked that. Like I said, the jail cells, something about it, it was just like intimidating, you know, like it was a big presence. I don't know. It was cool.
It was so simple, but yeah, it had a really large presence. And we were encountered by, it was either a bunch of goat or a lot of crampi.
Yeah.
It was probably crampi. There were a bunch of crampi.
The goat guys were really cool. I really dig that mask. I've seen
There was a lot of them.
I've seen it a couple times.
Unless they were, you know, jumping around and just making it feel like a lot.
I can't remember where else we've seen it at this year, but there was somewhere else we've seen it, and I really enjoy that mask. Very cool.
Then we encounter a scientist who has this dead monster strapped up, and he's using freaking Frightonium. And I'm like, Dwayne, we gotta go, because he's bringing him to life with Frightonium. And he did. He brought him to life with the Frightonium, and we had to run away. That was cool, though. That was one of the few, like, I mean, they do have some animatronics there.
The big dragon.
But they utilize their people well. Yes, they also have, like, a really big dragon that attacks you.
Where was that dragon at?
At one point of that, it was somewhere around there.
So the dragon animatronic is one of my favorites because I'm a fantasy nerd. I like Mythic Legions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, that is one of my favorites. I just love seeing that in a haunt because it immediately makes me think this person likes fantasy too. This person that makes this haunt is a fantasy nerd as well, to have a big dragon in your haunt. Like, freaking great.
Which we do know, actually, the owner is a Disney dude.
Yeah, very cool.
So
guy.
there you go.
Very
He is a fantasy dude. Very cool. There was one area we encountered, and then there was like, it kind of lit up some, and it was a long hallway, and these elves just started chasing me. But then we encountered one elf that was basically meatwad, and we were home with our family then, because then all of us started just talking like meatwad, like it was no big deal.
And so we all started doing it. It was hilarious.
There's our secret. Our secret is out now.
Yeah. But
we all talk like meatwad.
It's like more of a strain kind of thing. Like,
it was like his own spin on it.
Yeah, and it was
so good.
It was freaking great.
Again, watch this video if y'all haven't seen it on our YouTube channel. I'll have it in the show notes, and y'all can see that moment where we all have a meatwad moment.
It made me laugh.
It was a meaty moment.
I was just having a good time. So,
yeah, that was so cool. There was also this one part. It was like, it wasn't even like a Narnia part, because they do have a part where you walk through like a closet, which is really cool, and encounter a big monster. But this part was just like sheets hanging.
Like, it's like
Michael Myers.
I always say Michael Myers sheets because that's what it makes me think of, is when Michael Myers is standing in the sheet.
Yeah, because, you know, in the movie when he's standing there. And
it's like you're just going through a hallway of
sheets. And you think you're going to get grabbed or something, but you don't.
It's so
good.
But
it's so simple. I love it. Anytime I see sheets hanging, I get excited.
I do believe when we went through the first time, that was Stevie's favorite place, was the sheets.
Yeah, I get so excited. Dang, I want to rewatch that FrightWorks video.
Right.
I'll have it linked in the show notes. Let's all watch it together. After y'all listen to this, we'll watch that. I just love that, because the thing is you don't have to put anything in there and it's effective.
It was cool.
Or you can put something in there and it's even more effective, because they're so terrified that something's about to come, because you can't see anything. There's sheets in front of you.
Yeah, it's just sheets.
You're completely sealed off from any vision. And I love it. It's a sexy time. Another thing I love is when you're like fully engulfed in smoke, but you can get choked out with that.
Yeah, that always like chokes me down, but at the same time, it is really cool because it's scary.
It takes your vision away. And I love in the smoke when you have like lighting.
Yeah.
And it just like the smoke turns a color.
Yeah.
So cool. I love that. After that, we encountered that guar monster. You remember that?
Oh yeah, Gorgor was in the wall. It was this like rotten, crazy, more mutated T-Rex head
Yeah.
that came out. It was all huge. It actually
The
like,
ones that like
hit me.
swing forward
It
and
was
try to bite you.
so.
Yeah, he didn't get him, and then he tried to get away, and it went forward again. It nipped his tongue. That was funny.
It was fun.
And as we draw closer to the end, we encountered a guy who had the most beautifully decorated room, and he was trying to do it all holiday style. But come on, honey, like, how do you not like put jack-o'-lanterns? Like, we decorate with the holiday spooky stuff all the time. And he had all this cool, like, old Halloween decor in there, like the cardboard cutouts and stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like the cat and the witch and stuff. But he was telling us that he was trying to use the Frightonium again to, like, get rid of some curses and basically to get rid of the Pumpkin King. And it didn't work because we still encountered the Pumpkin King, which I wasn't mad at because I bowed down to him and I all hailed the Pumpkin King because, hello.
He's awesome.
Look at my hair. If y'all are watching this on the YouTube, check us out on YouTube. If you have only found us here on Spotify or your podcast listening platform of choice, check us out on YouTube. I have bright orange hair. Dwayne has a big beard. Check out our videos. They're fun. Okay. But yeah, so we encountered the Pumpkin King. That was awesome. And then, of course, every delicious haunt ends with a chainsaw chasing you. And that's what happened. They chased us right out of the building, straight into the gift shop.
It was a dude in a
Like, literally straight into the gift shop.
It was black and white Santa suit.
I didn't even see. I was running too fast.
He had a big brown beard.
Oh,
It looked like if we stood next to each other, you'd be like, who's who?
cousins,
Yep.
brothers, twins. That was so much fun. Ran right to the gift shop, and that's where we got these cool shirts.
Yeah.
Again, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you can see our cool shirts. Mine's the Factory of Fear new shirt they came out with. And it's
We're stopping so I can show you the Krampus.
and it's blacklight reactive.
Krampus.
Yeah, so we got those cool shirts. Thank you again to FrightWorks. We love you guys so much. Thank you for the experience. Thank you for this cool merch and the picture. We love you guys. And guys, yeah, if y'all are ever in Powell, Tennessee, in the Knoxville, Tennessee area,
Like 20 minutes.
yeah, check out FrightWorks because, guys, they have season passes. You're like, season passes for Haunted House? Yes. This is our mission with our podcast and doing our walkthroughs on YouTube. We're trying to help haunts go around year-round because we love haunted
I
houses.
would absolutely love to see more haunts open year-round.
Yes.
Different events.
Other than just the Halloween event, they have 4 other events. They have the St. Patty's Day one that we told you about, the holidays that we just discussed. They also have a Valentine's one, and they have one they do during the summer. So let us know if y'all would like us to check those out as well, because we will go to those because we like FrightWorks. That was fun.
Yeah, I love FrightWorks. I love
Yeah.
themed haunts like that. I think it's so much fun because
Yeah.
it's fun to go during the holiday or during the actual season, like haunt season.
Yeah, and just have like gore and
You know,
people
but
getting
it's
ripped up or
also
whatever,
cool to see
scary stuff.
they take a different spin on different holidays because there's so many scary movies that are based on different holidays. Why not have a whole haunted house themed on different holidays?
Literally starting on Halloween, Dwayne and I, we watched Halloween horror films, and then on during the month of November, we watched Thanksgiving horror films, and then during December we watched Christmas horror films. They exist for every holiday. So, like we said, we want to help haunts last all year long, and like just really think about how good a haunted house could be if you allow yourself to explore your spooky side all year long and support these haunts. And then they don't have to go have these other weird jobs, and they can just focus on the haunt and make it even better.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So that's what we're here to do, to help out other haunted houses. So if you are a haunted house, if you are a haunted house, that's scary if you're a house contacting me, but if you have a haunted house that you would like us to cover, let us know. Send us a message. Our email is linked in the show notes below. Also, check out our YouTube channel. That'll be in the show notes below. And all our socials, so you can stalk us in the show notes below. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and give us a 5-star rating and review and let us know what you think of the show. Let us know if there's any places you want us to go. That rhymed. That's so cool. I had so much fun. We're headed to another one right now. So we'll see you guys again next week for another episode of House of 1000 Haunts.